The Indianapolis Pacers have had little to celebrate over the past few years. They have homegrown stars, but they eventually leave. One of those examples is the topic of today's video, Paul George. PG-13 in Indy was one of the most overrated players of all time. He showed heroics in the playoffs, but was not as great as some people make it seem. This is why Paul George with the Pacers was overrated. Paul George, during his best 3 seasons in Indianapolis, put up 22.5 points, 6.7 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 1.8 steals per game. He did this at a 43.3% from the field and 37.6% from 3. These numbers are good. They show a player that's an all-star but not an all-NBA first-team caliber player. Jason Tatum has been compared to Paul George even before he was drafted. Jason, over his last 3 seasons, has put up 25.7 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 1.2 steals per game, doing this at a 45.7% clip from the field and 37.8% from 3 at a volume is very impressive. Both players have similar playstyles with heavy isolation offense, either driving or pulling up for a jump shot. Comparing their numbers shows a story. Tatum is better in points, rebounds, assists, and field goal percentage, and 3-point percentage. Paul George only has one category to show for, being steals. Tatum at this point in his career is a better player than Paul George in Indy and is very close, if not has reached the level of Paul George's MVP caliber season in Oklahoma City. Taking a look at All-NBA and defensive teams, Tatum beats out George with his first team All-NBA appearance. PG has Tatum beaten all defensive teams, reaching first team and third team. Pascal Siakam put up very similar numbers to PG-13. Pascal Siakam with 22.4 points, 7.7 rebounds, 4.4 assists, and 1.1 steals at a 46.9% from the field and 33.7% from 3. These numbers are very formidable and largely due to Siakam's 2019-2020 season. Comparing these numbers to Paul George, Siakam has rebounds, assists, and field goal percentage over him. Paul George has points, steals, and 3-point percentage. Siakam is a worthy fighter against Paul George. Once again, taking a look at defensive and All-NBA teams, Siakam edges out PG for All-NBA teams with the second and a third team selection. George once again beats out his challenger with an all-defensive team in his first selection. Overall, this shows that the great PG-13 with the Pacers is looked at with rose-tinted glasses and the memories of the playoff series against the Heat, among others. Looking at PG's career, his Indy days are more comparable to Pascal Siakam. If you got to this point in the video, like and subscribe. Share on Twitter if you're so inclined. This video is not meant to display any hate towards PG-13, but rather show that his career is looked at favorably compared to the numbers. Click on the video on screen to watch more content. Thanks for watching.